Hi guys and girls, Brandon here from Rider UK. Today's video is going to be the first in a series I'm calling The Best Rides Near London. And today's route is the Windsor figure of 8. Now I've planned all of these routes using the Calimoto app, and I'm going to post links on rideruk.com, so if you want to, you can replicate them by clicking the link. I also reviewed Calimoto a few months ago, so if you want to learn the route planner and how to use the other features within that app, just watch the video I'll link now. Anyway, that's the intro done. Let's get into the fun part. So as you can see, we're on the B3022 at the moment, just going by Legoland Windsor, which apparently is the 9th most visited theme park in Europe. I remember going a couple of times as a kid. I used to love it. It's changed quite a bit since then. The highlight for me was always that dragon roller coaster. If you've ever been, you know what I'm talking about. So we'll continue up here on the B3022 up towards Ascot. And there's some lovely, beautiful roads around here. This route is one of my favourites, not only because it's just a stone's throw from London, literally right on the doorstep. You can be here if you take the A40 and then the A355 down into Windsor. You can be out of London and on some lovely roads within half an hour. It's even quicker if you take the M40 out of London and just join the A355. So as I say, I have planned all of these rides using the Calimoto app, which is very thorough. You can plan all kinds of rides, internationals, all different kinds of roads, twisties, fast routes, A roads, whatever you need to do. If you want to get there quickly, you can plan your route that way, or you could just put in the round trip and it will plan a route for you with lots of fun twisty roads leading in a loop. So here we go, approaching the A332, which will take us toward Ascot. Just lovely and green out here, and I like it that the temperament of the drivers are usually quite calm. It's not a built-up area that's full of traffic, so people aren't in a rush, and you're not usually cramped up or trying to filter through lots of traffic. So I like these open roads that kind of allow you to open the throttle up a little bit and feel that breeze blowing around you as you speed down these roads. So you can see glimpses of the race course there. That's Ascot, and they'll be holding the famous Royal Ascot event from the 15th of June this year. It is going ahead despite all of the restrictions and precautions. I'm sure they'll be taking all the responsible moves there, making sure that people are well spaced out, and it won't be in full capacity, I know that, but people will be enjoying the races this year. That's a good sign. Now we're going to be riding on down toward the A30, which takes us past one of my favorite parts of this ride, and about the halfway point, which is near Virginia Water. And it's a great place to stop. There's some Roman ruins, there's a great path around it that you can walk. I think it's about 4.3 miles. It's just a nice place to stop and have some lunch, and on a day like today, just to soak up some of that sunny heat and sit on a bench, watch the world go by. We've just gone past part of Virginia Water. We're kind of on the outskirts of the border of it, curling around. We're gonna take a little break when we get to the front, and the good news is that motorcycles park for free, so you can spend as long as you want there and take a nice break. Hello, I'm on a motorbike. Is it possible to get the barrier opened, please?
Yeah, you're on the left-hand side, because you can go round the side.
I'm on the left, but the gap's not big enough. I've got somebody on the back.
Oh, okay, I'll open it up for you.
Cheers, mate. Hey, thank you, buddy. And so after a lovely break over at Virginia Water, I'm back on the A30 headed toward Royal Holloway University, where I believe Lenny Henry studied screenwriting. But you've got the Savile Gardens and just some beautiful paths around Virginia Water. I highly recommend taking a break and spending some time there. Now as we pass the university, as I say, we're on the A30 and we're going to be approaching the A308, which will run through Runnymede and then on to the A412, which we'll finish up on the way home. Now we're going to bang a left and join the A308, which goes towards Windsor and through Runnymede. So as you can see, the sign there tells you that the Magna Carta was signed here, I think in 1215. And there is a little monument, like a pavilion sort of thing, which you can go walk to across these fields, which I won't be doing today, but I have done before, and I would say it is worth the little stroll over there. If you don't fancy the walk, just enjoy this stretch of road. I have to say that's one of my favourite parts of this ride. I think this and the B3022 just past Legoland are the highlights. Obviously you've got that gem in the middle in Virginia Water to stop and take your lunch or whatever you want to do. But as for the riding, that's one of the best parts. Alright, so as we ride down the A308, let's just think about some of the things that we kind of covered on this ride. We scooched down along the A40 and then came down the A355 through Farnham Royal, joins the B3022, and then went on to the A332, which took us up to Ascot. As we passed that, we went down to the A30 and stopped at Virginia Water, and then just went past Runnymede on the A308. So we're coming to the end of the bottom loop of the figure of 8, and there is one more pretty famous sight to see along this ride. We'll catch a glimpse of it hopefully in just a second. Here we go, coming up to Windsor Castle on the right. Hopefully get a good shot. If you are a tourist, I highly recommend spending some time in Windsor. Really beautiful town centre, great shops, and if you like, you can do some of the tourist activities, maybe taking a tour around the castle, if they're doing those at the moment. And on a day like today, you could get a nice ice cream and take a walk by the river. I don't want to take my eyes off of what's in front of me, but on the right, you might be able to see that. A nice view of the castle from over here. Just ahead is Slough High Street, and it actually ties up quite nicely with the end of the ride. And then as we go on beyond this, we get onto the A412 and finish out going through Ivor. Here we are, just coming up into Ivor now. We just passed through. It's just a small village. I think this is called Church Road. And I think that's the reason why. We're going to follow this all the way down onto the Denham Road, which then will take you to the M40, the A40, to all kind of links where you can return to wherever you came from on this ride. But I wanted to thank you for joining me. Like I say, there will be more rides coming soon, so keep your eyes peeled for the best rides near London. Okay guys, well this is where we're going to wrap this one up. This has been the Windsor figure of 8 on the best rides near London on Rider UK. If you want to replicate this ride, visit rideruk.com, where I'll have a link and you can just replicate it with the click of a button.